joining us. MLB The Show brings you the National League Championship Series. It's the Pittsburgh Pirates going up against the Atlanta Braves. Just about set to go now. And now here's the starter for Atlanta, Ben Castillo.
Well, he's not a scout's dream because of the height, an undersized pitcher, but the heart is there and knows how to work the corners of the plate, add and subtract velocity to keep the hitters off balance.
And a pitch. Not even close there. Ball one. Lane launched a homer in his most recent game. Cut on and missed 96 of that fastball. 1-2. Swing and a miss. Struck him out. And good work there as he gets a 1-2-3. And the Braves go down quietly. We played an inning. No score. Lane with a homer in his last game. Line drive, and this might be trouble. Coming home. And he boots it. He'll score. Round second, digging for third. Nobody out. Runner at first. Lane measures 6 feet even. More than 2,000 RBI in his career. Can't forget to mention he's a former MVP. Cut on and lifted in the air. Warren sizes this one up. And there's one down.
That's a really nice play, ranging back into the outfield for that catch. We all know those can be a little tricky, especially if the wind's swirling around out there.
Back here in Atlanta, bottom of the 7th. Digging in is the switch inning outfielder, John Lane. Iglesias back to work. Swing and a ball lifted in the air. Orozco in and to his right. And there's one away. Back when they started construction on Truist Park, Freddie Freeman and Hank Aaron laid down ceremonial bricks, but the first brick was put down by Eustace Morris. He's the same person who laid the first stones for Old Fulton County Stadium and Turner Field. Traffic on the bases with one already in here in Game 1 of the NLCS. And another ball.
Good spot for the hitter. Definitely has the advantage in this count with runners on. Look for him to be aggressive on this next pitch.
Swings and hits one in the air out towards right field. And it falls. The throw in. It's off the mark and he scores. It's 11-0.
Well done. Drives in the run. I don't know how he's able to shoot that pitch the other way and still put something on it. That pitch was inside and he had to get really deep. So pretty incredible hands to fight it off and still get good wood on it.
Lane played pretty well in this win. And welcome in, everybody. Glad you're with us. MLB The Show brings you the National League Championship Series. It's the Pittsburgh Pirates going up against the Atlanta. About to get started here. And pitching in this game, Bernardo Medina. What do you got on him, Chris?
Well, I'm interested to see how he utilizes his sinker to this lineup, Boog. You know, it's not necessarily his go-to primary pitch, but he does mix it in when he needs it. He's just got to make sure that it's not flat. Otherwise, it's going to get hit hard. So look for him to throw it up there when he needs a big double play, a ground ball, something like that to get out of an inning, change it up for a hitter. Also, get those hitters looking down so that it opens up the top of the strike zone, especially late in an at-bat.
Swing and a high fly ball, well struck. On the warning track, and hauls it in. We played an inning, no score. Second game of the NLCS. And now John Lane. Lane, a member of the 3,000 hit club, and he's a 5-time MVP, and he's left his mark on this game of baseball.
You know, these Braves, to put it bluntly, need to put together more competitive at-bats, and I don't think they've lived up to their own expectations at the plate. I think things are happening a little quicker than this offense would like, and we see it in the numbers. They're hitting into a lot of outs early in the at-bat.
The atmosphere around postseason baseball, there really isn't anything like it in the sport. It's the time of year where the rally towels come out and the crowd energy gets cranked up even higher. Bannister hauls it in for the out. One up, one down.
You look up in the stands in games like this, you just see a giant mass of color. Everything just blurs together, and it can be hard as a player not to get distracted by that kind of energy.
Pitch misses there. 1-0.
This is one of those situations defensively where you can't try to do too much. You got to make sure that you field the ball cleanly and get one out first. It's going to be tough to get two with this kind of speed in the batter's box.
1-1. Swing and a pop-up in foul ground. He's under it. Pulls it down and he makes the catch. And there's one down. Now it's the switch hitting outfielder, John Lane. Got to be careful with a slugger like this because he can turn it into a 3-run game in the blink of an eye. Far off foul. And it's fouled off.
Well, he knows they don't want to give him anything to hit, but when you've got opportunities to drive in runs, you've got to expand the zone. He's capable of going out there and doing damage with it.
And there's the ball.
Well, if he's going to do something special right here, it's going to have to happen with 2 strikes.
In the air, right field, pretty well struck. That's back. It's a bomb. And they grab the lead in the 8th. It's 4-1. The brighter the lights, the more he shines.
Yeah, this guy lives for big moments, and right there made a statement big time. Looks like this guy was looking out over the plate, but he was ready to turn on the inside fastball. So direct to the pitch, absolutely blasted out of this ballpark.
Lane was outstanding in this ball game, helping them get the win. Just one hit, but it did leave the yard.
But we can't say enough about what he did for him in this one. He's a big reason they got...
The Atlanta Braves going up against the Pittsburgh Pirates. It's buzzing in here ahead of Game 3. And we'll be back in a minute to get it started. So just about set now. And on the hill in this one, Paul Hendricks.
Four-pitch guy, he's got some options to work with in terms of keeping hitters off balance. So we'll see how he decides to utilize those weapons through this start here and whether or not he's able to mix them all in early or if he wants to hold something back a little bit later, maybe second, third time through the order and give them something they haven't seen. It's tough when you know a guy's got that in his back pocket. As a hitter, you really have to stay on your toes.
And that one fouled off.
Instead of letting the hitter get his arms extended, tied him up a little bit, slightly up, slightly in.
And a pitch. That one missed. Fuentes over at first with one away. Here's the pitch. Runner goes. There's the ball. Safe in second, and that was not close. Swing and a high fly ball to left. Winchester settles underneath it. That's out number 2. It's game 3 of the National League Championship Series. Now it's the power speed combo. John Lane. Hendricks back to work. And there's a foul ball. This park is absolutely electric for this game. Such a great postseason atmosphere. To third, and foul ball.
Nothing like the drama you get in the postseason, Big. Love being a part of these games.
Next one in the dirt.
He's been pitching well, but going through this middle of the order second time through, we'll see what kind of adjustments are being made.
And there's the ball. Fouled off, and they'll do it again.
I would throw him another breaking ball. Try to go again with the fastball, slightly elevated. He just is having a hard time catching up.
Fights it off. You'll see another. Got him. He battles for a long time, but it finishes with a strikeout. You can't be mad at yourself after an at-bat like that one. On the ground, right side. He takes it himself to the bag, and that'll do it. Nothing doing for the offense that time. 8-9-1. All set for the start of the inning. Here's the left fielder, John Lane. He is quite an athlete. I mean, you look around the other sports, basketball, football, you feel like he could thrive in one of those sports too. Bliss back to work. Ripped on the ground to second. The throw to first, and they get the leadoff man in the ninth.
This team has been truly dominant in the series. Up now 3 games to none. Pretty demoralizing on the other side.
And welcome into the ballpark. Happy to have you with us. MLB The Show brings you the National League Championship Series. The Atlanta Braves going up against the Pittsburgh Pirates. With my partner, Chris Singleton, I'm John Sciambi. And Singy, there's been a lot to talk about already in this series as we head into Game 4.
Well, the number one thing to discuss is just how lopsided this series has been. You know, you get to this point of the season, Big, and you expect both teams to be on pretty even ground, but it's not played out that way at all. And when a team takes care of business with such dominance and gets out to a 3-0 lead, I just can't see this series lasting much longer.
Yeah, that's usually the way it goes. But hey, coming back to win the series has been done before. First pitch coming your way next. So almost ready to get underway. And our pitcher in this game, Roman Song.
Well, last time out, thought it was going to be pretty good, but wasn't able to make it out of the second inning. A real shocker. So he's fresh, and having had an opportunity to look at that last start, I expect him to be a lot better in this one.
John Lane now at the plate as he swings through strike one. 2 outs, base is empty. Swinging a foul straight back. And now 1-2.
See if you can go upstairs a little bit. Make sure you miss up and out of the zone since you're heading to count 1-2. Don't miss in the zone because that's where you get hurt.
Hacks and misses. It's a strikeout. Lane, more than 3,000 hits in his career. Can't forget to mention he's a former MVP. Swings through that one. 0-1.
He's going to have to make sure that he stays patient because he is the focal point in that lineup. They're going to pitch him tough. They're going to pitch around him. And when he doesn't see other guys doing anything, what you can do is become a little too aggressive and chase out of the zone.
Outside low. Ball 1. And a swing and a miss. Now 5 strikeouts for him on the mound. Braves go down quickly here. Still down 3-0. Saw was recently named Pitcher of the Month for some outstanding work on the mound. Line drive, and that's a base hit into center field. Run comes in from second, and it's a 1-run game.
Well, there you go. The RBI machine. Another clutch run scoring at bat.
Yeah, he's been so good in these situations. Call it clutch if you want, but his resume speaks for itself. And we're back. Digging in is the switch inning outfielder, John Lane. High fly ball out towards left field. Going back. Out of here. His second homer of this series. It's 5-3.
Welcome to the game. First pitch out of the bullpen, a tough one. And you know he's just trying to get one in there for a strike. And on the other side, as a hitter, it's a great time to be aggressive and let it fly. It's not what they were looking for when they turned to him, but now he's got to find a way to reset.
And now it's going to be John Lane. He's already homered in this game.
Now, this guy, a player that, if he gets on base, has the ability to really be aggressive getting around the base paths.
And he takes a strike.
Well, and that can be a little bit of a dance. Strike one here, but few more pitches. We'll see how it turns out.
2 down, nobody on. Late here in game 4. That one ripped left field. Hops over the wall, and that's an automatic double.
The automatic double kind of feels like enjoying cruise control in your car, dude. You don't need to keep the pedal down as you cruise into second base. Just no worries in the world. You know what? He put a really good swing on that one.
One-run game here today. Your final score, 7-6. And welcome into the ballpark. Happy to have you with us. MLB The Show brings you the National League Championship Series. The Atlanta Braves going up against the Pittsburgh Pirates. John Shambi along with Chris Singleton. And as we get set for Game 5, Chris, it seems like this series could still have a few twists and turns in it.
Well, being down 3-1, calling it a do-or-die game is no exaggeration, but these situations tell us a lot about a team's character. And for some teams, it brings out their absolute best, but for others, it kind of proved to be an overwhelming scenario to face, and so we'll see how they show up here today.
And we'll also get to see what kind of killer instinct they have on the other side. Some teams can get a little too relaxed when they're so comfortably in the driver's seat. And we'll be back for the first pitch right after this. Just about set to go. And on the hill, the big righty, Walter Chang. What should we keep an eye on here?
Well, he features a lot of arm side run on his fastball. Now, to opposite-handed hitters, it can be good. You get your arms extended. But for same-side hitters, it can run in on your hands and really tie you up. So you've got to force him out over the plate if you're hitting from the same side that he throws. We'll see if this lineup can figure it out and if they can square that running fastball up.
Game 5 of the NLCS. So now to the plate for Atlanta, John Lane. And a foul ball.
You know, these Braves doing a good job of putting the ball into play, and that makes things more challenging on the defensive side. They're hitting everything thrown at them. Their contact rate is in the low 90s. It's like they know what's coming, and that's just pretty ridiculous what they're doing right now. Those numbers are well above the major league average.
Ripped in the air, left field, and a touchdown for a base hit.
Wasting no time. He's 2 for 2 now on the night, and just a triple and home run away from the cycle.
Seriously, we're starting with this already. 2 out, space is empty. There's a swing and a drive. Orozco ranging into the alley. Can't reach it and finds the gap. It's a double. 3rd hit of the night for him. Base is empty with 2 away. Next to hit, John Lane. 3 for 3's doubled twice and single. First pitch misses. Swing at a ball lifted to center field. Orozco tracks it down for the out. So 1 out, nobody on. John Lane next up for the Braves. This guy with big-time power and an elite defender. Fouled off left side. swing and a ball drilled center field. Orozco settles underneath it. Puts it away for the out.
Congratulations to the National League champions. This team clearly excited, and they deserve every bit of this moment. Enjoy it now, but get yourself ready for the biggest series of your lives.
For my partner Chris Singleton and our great crew, thanks for watching the National League Championship Series on MLB The Show.